Watercolors can be intimidating, but in this video, I'm going to show you a few easy to learn techniques that I hope will inspire you to try them out without fear. Let's start by tracing a picture and changing it in some way directly on the tracing paper. Be sure to add your own flair to it. When you're happy with the drawing, tape the tracing paper over a watercolor sheet to keep it in place, then slide a sheet of transfer or carbon paper in between and retrace the drawing. Masking fluid is a very useful tool in watercolor painting. Use an old brush to cover all highlighted areas of the drawing. Once the mask is dry, you're all set to start painting. Use a wash brush if you have one, and only wet the area you're going to paint first. Now pick one color for the frosting and apply it to the wet paper in layers, light, medium, and dark. This technique is called wet and wet, and since the masking fluid has been applied, all highlighted areas are protected from color. When the paper is absolutely dry, remove the mask by rubbing your fingers over it. You can always smoothen out rough edges with a wet brush and add some layered details to make the painting more realistic. Now it's time to paint the cake itself. Because the wrapper is not bright white, I'm adding a wet and wet layer of a cool purple. When the paper is dry, apply masking fluid to cover up any light areas like the top folds of the cupcake wrapper and let it dry. For this chocolate flavored cupcake, I'm mixing some color on this built-in palette and then dropping it onto the paper. Keep layering until you get the desired color. In case you don't have masking fluid on hand, you could try this technique. When the paper is almost dry, use a wet brush and lift off color to reveal some highlighted areas. Once the painting is completely dry, remove the mask and simply clean up the edges with a wet brush. And that's how you go from this to this. Now you give it a try and have fun painting.